Good evening. A major deal has been struck between the region's farmers and a leading supermarket. It means their counters in the Westcountry will be stocked with local meat. Mark Thomas reports.
The new labels will mark a change in fortune for the 3,000 local farmers who make up the St Marion Meat Producers Group.
People are becoming more focused on food, the quality of the food they eat, and by being able to identify the quality brand that we have here in the southwest and the imagery associated with it, yes, they do want it and they do wish to be able to choose it above and beyond other products.
From today, only locally produced meat will be available over Tesco counters throughout the region.
We've had all our customers tell us in the southwest that it's really important for them to see southwest produce in southwest stores. What we've identified is we can source Westcountry beef and lamb to go onto our meat counters, and that's what we've done in the 19 stores that cover the counters of the southwest.
For farmers, the benefit comes from knowing their products can't be knocked off the shelves by cheaper imports of a lesser quality. As for customers, well, there'll be no increase in price, and more are expected to buy the meat. Now they can be sure where it's come from.
It's got to be the best if it's Westcountry as far as I'm concerned.
I don't know if I'd eat more, but I would certainly target me towards that counter.
It's the high quality of local produce that's won the exclusive slot on the supermarket shelves. Now managers say it's up to us as consumers to keep it there. Mark Thomas for Westcountry News.
A two-day music festival in East Devon is off after an application for an entertainment licence was turned down. There was fierce opposition to Bicton Arena's plans for the Green Blade Fair. Concern increased after the illegal gathering at nearby Smeethorpe and an overcrowded beach party in Brighton. The Levellers had been booked as the main act.
If they get an element of people that they don't want to let in, which is what happened at Glastonbury, and the people went to Smeethorpe, if that happens here, if it did, we would have a problem in the area.
Clinton Devon Estates, which owns Bicton Arena, said it aims to be a considerate neighbour. At first it too was cautious, but after researching the plan thought it would bring benefits to the area with minimal disruption. Restormore Council in Cornwall, which was threatened with having its planning powers stripped by the government, is trying to clean up its act. The proposed retail outlet centre at Victoria Business Park was one of a series of alleged planning blunders surrounding the council. It's now making changes and hopes the new planning minister will let it sort itself out. The two balloonists who are preparing to fly into space have been training how to fight a fire in case one breaks out during their trip. Their flight depends on the weather, but it could take place in the last 2 weeks of August or early September. In a moment, retirement for a special Devon lady after the news from your area.
Good evening, here's the late news from the east of the region. Councillors in Torbay have rejected plans for a giant sculpture designed to mark the Queen's Golden Jubilee. They've turned down proposals for the Jubilee Sails because of controversy surrounding its location at Roundham Head in Paynton. Thousands of pounds have already been spent on the project. Pubs and restaurants across Devon could soon be smoke-free zones. A campaign's been launched to persuade landlords and restaurant owners to declare their premises no smoking areas. A new guide's been produced listing establishments that have either no smoking areas or a complete ban. The RSPCA is to build a new rehoming centre in South Devon. The charity has been granted permission to construct the £700,000 shelter at Stoke Gabriel. The new facility will be able to accommodate small domestic animals along with birds, horses and wildlife.
At the moment in the South Devon area, the local branch does a sterling job with rehoming animals, but has to pay commercial castries and kennels to look after them. They've also got a network of fosterers as well. This obviously isn't ideal and it's quite expensive as well. So to bring all that together in one purpose-built centre, which will eventually save money in paying outside fees to look after the animals, all this is going to be a huge step forward.
Construction of the new centre will begin next year. Pupils from Exeter's high schools are preparing to take part in a brand new learning scheme. From September, more than 150 school children will be studying vocational courses at Exeter College. The project's part of the Learning City Partnership, which creates educational opportunities for youngsters aged from 14 to 19. That's it from here.
Now, a special Plymouth lady slipped into retirement today. The City of Plymouth is the long-serving lifeboat, and she left her moorings in Mill Bay Dock this afternoon for the last time after 15 years of service.
The new lifeboat was welcomed to the city by civic dignitaries in January 1988. The history of Plymouth is steeped in the sea. Nowadays, leisure sailors and divers in Plymouth Sound add to the demands on the lifeboat. Back in February '95, a coaster reported she was sinking 8 miles off the breakwater. The emergency crews rushed into action. One injured crewman was taken to hospital. A sadder rescue was when a man was washed overboard from his yacht in heavy seas. His 13-year-old son was left alone and terrified on the 25-foot boat. Both Plymouth and Foy lifeboats were involved in heavy seas. Then there are the straightforward jobs, just a line to a Belgian vessel dismasted after a collision at the start of the '94 Fastnet race. Now the City of Plymouth has headed off for a trip to Falmouth, repairs and an honourable retirement in the relief fleet. Colin Cayley in Plymouth for Westcountry News.
Finally, motorists driving through the Cornish village of Tydford have been spotting some strange new residents. The village is enthusiastically taking part in a scarecrow competition, and the entrants are popping up all over the place. They might not be quite the Willow Man of Bridgewater, but at the moment there's not a crow in sight. I think I know a couple of people who they've modelled them on. But that's it from me for now. Claire will be along in GMTV in the morning, but I'll hand you back to Trevor McDonald in the ITV News studio.